of the Cup race today. So we are going to get started with our Cup race of our own here. Obviously, with this being last year's schedule, but nevertheless, we are going to get it in. It's going to be 500 miles in the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 at Atlanta. This is going to be a good race. It's going to be interesting. A lot of pit strategy will be involved here. Kyle Busch not looking like himself. Parker Kligerman, he's going to start the rear. Brad Keselowski qualified on the pole. We qualified in the 18th position. So we'll see what we can get going here in this one. Green flag is going to be in the air, and we are underway at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the start of the second race of the season. Coming off of our Daytona 500 victory last week, we have 85 laps in the opening stage of this race to try and get ourselves going here. We did run practice, although qualifying we didn't feel well, felt a little bit longer of a run, like we were going to have a good car here for the going. Right up the middle already on the opening lap of the race. This is getting very, very tight in the middle of the pack. Quickly just trying to move around everywhere seemingly right now, and now down to the inside, taking it 3 wide into turns 1 and 2, just really trying to hold that wheel as steady as we possibly can. We're using the steering wheel for this race here today. Obviously, of course, riding along with Ryan Blaney. Nope, not going to be able to clear the 17 of Stenhouse that time through. We've got the 41 of Daniel Suarez closing right on to our back bumper here. We're still side by side with 10. Slight contact down at the back bumper there of Chris Buescher. Denny Hamlin leading some laps early on in this one. Daniel Suarez running some pretty good lap time so far. Now to the inside of Buescher for position. That's going to quickly lead us to the inside of William Byron now. We are going to clear Buescher and Byron coming out of turn 2. Ryan Blaney is now up to 8. This is a 325 lap race, so this is a longer one. Of course, hopefully you guys are all going to enjoy this one. I'm going to run the outside here as much as we possibly can. It seems like in the early going of the run, we're going to try running the inside of the racetrack. And then as our tires get more and more worn out, we're going to move up the track towards the outside. Here comes Kevin Harvick now. Harvick making a run to the inside for 8th on Blaney. My pick for the Vegas race today. And Denny Hamlin is really checked out and is pulling away right now from the second place driver. Harvick looking pretty fast here as well. He must not have had a good qualifying effort. But he is definitely getting to the outside right now, and Chase Elliott not going to quite get there, but it's going to give us a straightaway speed now down to the inside of him through the quad oval. And staying to the inside now into turns 1 and 2. Running up on Alex Bowman and Kevin Harvick. 3 wide off of turn 2 with Joey Logano and Eric Jones now for 4th. And still going to stay to the inside of Kurt Busch in the 1. Blaney now up to 3rd. Cole Keselowski in 2nd, trying to run down Denny Hamlin once again. Penske drivers running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on the racetrack right now. Hamlin, Keselowski on the top. We go to the bottom. Able to keep it full throttle around this racetrack here with this package. 2019 rules package. Keselowski looking to move to the bottom, so we're going to go to the top side now. right there, gonna get the run down the back straightaway, and there we go. Ryan Blaney to the lead, or sorry, to second rather. Denny Hamlin, of course, in the race lead here. We try to move our line towards the top side of the racetrack, or at least a little closer to the wall than what we were running so far for the most part in this race. Again, not sure how the pit stops are going to do. I know we're going to have to pit for tires before we can run through a full tank of fuel. So that's definitely going to set up some varying pit strategies here. We see a lot of green flag pit stops over the course of this race. Denny Hamlin has led every lap so far. We are currently on lap 11. But Blaney is coming. Big run now through turns 1 and 2 on Hamlin. To the inside goes Blaney down the backstretch. We're going to clear him before we get into turn 3. And when we come to the start-finish line, Ryan Blaney's going to lead his first lap of the race here at Atlanta as we try to go back-to-back to start the 2020 season. Our quest for the championship, especially the regular season championship in the first 26 races. Hello to all of you joining in right now for the early going of this race at Atlanta. Another Sunday for us to run the Cup Series here on NASCAR Heat 4 on the channel. Again, you're going to see quite a few pit stops, whether it's under cautions or under green over the course of this race here today. As Atlanta Motor Speedway was last repaved in 1998 with the reconfiguration, it has not been repaved since. Therefore, it is currently the oldest track surface in any of the 3 series. But here for the Cup Series, running the 500-mile length, this is going to be a very interesting race. It's going to take it one stage at a time here. We'll get as many points as possible. Matt Tift is going to be the first driver to go a lap down in this race in the 40th position. And in most of the back marker cars here for sure. Currently we're the fastest driver on the racetrack. It seems like it takes about 10 laps and then we are the fastest car on the track. Ran about 7 laps in practice. Qualified 18th, so not the best qualifying spot, even though I didn't think I ran that bad of a lap really, but nevertheless though, we are trying to start off strong here.
You got room, you're clear there.
Got a little bit looser of a setup, which also allows us to run full throttle here. Really don't have to check out of the throttle much in the corners, if at all. Keeping the steering wheel as steady as we possibly can here to avoid, oh, very close to the wall off the exit of turn 2. Stayed in the gas though, and made it work. Already almost out to a 7-second lead, but again, we're likely going to have to pit before everybody else. They're going to be able to run a lot closer to a full fuel run on their tires compared to what we're going to have to run.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
And even though we're only about 20 laps into this race, a little less than 20 laps, I am having to turn the wheel a lot more in the corners now to get the car to turn while still running full throttle compared to where it was even a couple laps ago. Especially in turns 1 and 2 here. Carry a lot more speed into turn 1 than what you do over in turns 3 and 4. Into the outside of David Reagan now. Blowing by these lap cars. As long as the race doesn't end on a short run, I think we're going to have a great shot to win this thing. It's usually one of my better tracks in any of the 3 series, especially on these NASCAR Heat games. Not even just 4. It seemed like NASCAR Heat 3 was probably my better track. Heat 2 I ran pretty good here as well. We'll just have to see.
You got room. You're clear.
20 laps down already.
All clear.
A lot of the throttle as we go to the outside of Bubba Wallace in turns 1 and 2.
Alright, you're clear then.
Try to keep this car clean as much as we possibly can. Stenhouse, he quickly fell back. Remember, we were battling with him for 10th early on. He's now in 22nd, 1 lap down. And not even the first car lap down, because now Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon will also be put a lap down. So now half the field is 1 lap down in the race. Joey Logano up to second now. Of course, it'd be nice if we can finish 1, 2, 3 with Penske Racing here in this one, but no guarantees, I guess. We can try to split the stage into 2. That would be nice. I just don't know if we can run 43 and 42 laps on these tires. We'll see. I can all but guarantee most of, if not every single caution that comes out, you're going to see me pit, and likely the rest of the field will pit too, especially if we get over 20, 30 laps. For sure you're going to see pit stops with all the tire wear on this racetrack. A lot of the races in the early going of the season, you're going to see a lot of tire wear. This one is probably going to have the most tire wear, but then even the Auto Club Speedway on the 5th race of the year will. Even the next race next week when we go to Las Vegas, it's going to see a lot of tire wear also. Any of the short tracks, Martinsville, race 6, race 8 at Bristol. And ISM might even have a decent amount. Or sorry, Phoenix. Already forgot they renamed the track back to Phoenix Raceway.
Still there?
Able to stay off the 42 of Larson there, but we're going to get on by him. Kevin Harvick is up to second now, and I wondered if it was a matter of time before he would get up there, because he blew by us in the opening laps of the race, and then we worked right back past him as we were trying to get closer to the lead. Over a 21-second lead already. Just running blistering fast lap times here. 3 wide down the backstretch. Probably a couple more lap cars. Remember when I ran the Truck Series race here, finished second, blowing a tire in the late laps. Got passed in turns 3 and 4 on the final lap. And to get a redemption of that here in my Cup Series race. heavy lap traffic now is about to roll into turn 3. We'll probably catch them in another lap or two. Don't think there's much risk in running the top side of the racetrack I think there's too much risk in running the top side of the racetrack right now. That's why I'm staying on the bottom. I'd like to run the top a little more. I think it's the fastest line around the track, but unless I'm trying to get right around these lap cars, and that's the only way to get around them in the corner without checking up too much. It's really the only time I'm going to the top, at least right now in this race. Just amazing here on this opening run. 30 laps completed now, and only 4 drivers are on the lead lap, as we have a 27-second lead. Most of, if not all, these lap times we are running under 30-second lap times. Our fastest lap early on is a 29.664, and now our fastest lap time ever here at Atlanta is a 26.370. So we're still about 0.3 of a second off from our fastest lap time ever, but of course a lot of time left in this race, and there'll be a lot of times in which we will have 4 fresh tires in this one. As will the rest of the field. Harvick and Logano, though, going back and forth for second here as they're very close to one another. The only other 2 drivers on the lead lap right now. I'd like if they can get a quick caution here or have us pit. Man, that got tight off of turn number 4. We're keeping it off the wall, and again, staying in the gas in the process. Man, oh man. I mean, it just feels like we're zipping around this place right now. Already lapped the entire field, but again, we're likely going to have to pit before everybody else. Try running a little higher line here. Didn't roll all the way out of the throttle that time. Rolled maybe half to 3/4 throttle on the entrance of the corner. We're really zipping around the top side of this track now.
Still there. You're all clear on the bottom there.
Definitely a good workout here. The bumps really throwing this car around quite a bit. You'll see when we alternate through the cameras over the course of the race how bumpy this track is, especially when we go to the in-car cam.
All right, you're clear. All right, you're clear.
That tip's got to be like 3 laps down already. We're only on lap 35.
Hold your line. Stay
Harvick back up to second now. He's just passed Joey Logano once again. At least all 3 Penske guys currently in the top 5. Blaney in the lead, Logano 3rd, and Keselowski in 5th right now. 50 laps to go in stage 1. First 35 laps in the books already here in this race. Just have to see how this is going to go. A long race ahead of us, even though we're a lap ahead of the field. We're going to be the driver to beat in this one. The only one that can seemingly beat us is ourselves.
Still there. You got room. You're clear.
So we'll definitely have to stay out of trouble. And again, we are close to making it halfway through this stage, which I want to split this stage into 2. If we can run 43 laps and 42 laps, we can split the stage in half.
Careful. Still there.
We're going to try to stay out as long as we can here on this opening run before we have to pit, though. And we're going to be very, very close to whether or not we can make it that far. We have 48 to go, so if we can make it to 43 laps left, we have a chance if we stay green all the way through stage 1. That will be the only time we will have to pit.
Hold your line. Stay high.
So hopefully we only have to pit the once.
Car high. Careful there. You got room. You're clear there. You're all clear on top there.
That could be an advantage everybody else is at, running a little slower. They're probably conserving their tires. Wow, look at us just fly right up the middle in between Kligerman and Byron that time. So again, we just stay very, very smooth. A little tight through 1 and 2. this is tight, man, just flying by the outside. I mean, I probably should have gotten out of the gas, but it all worked out all right. Car to turn a little late here, diamonding the corner off to get to the inside and pass into Suarez that time. Now we have 46 to go with 15% tire wear left on the right front. Even the right rear's got a lot of tire wear. 17%, the left side tires getting worn out. So definitely every time you're going to see pit stops in this race, I can all but guarantee we're going to take 4 fresh tires every single time. How many more laps can we run before we have green flag pit stops? So it looks like we already have 2 cars on pit road, one of which is Denny Hamlin, who is in the top 5. So Hamlin might be trying to short pit here, gain a little bit of track position on not only us, but the fellow competitors in the top 5. We push up the track again in turns 1 and 2. That time I had to roll all the way out of the gas. Try to get back into it. So I'm actually surprised at how many drivers are hitting pit road right now. I figured we would be probably the first driver to hit pit road, but we are really actually conserving our tires, maybe even better than everybody else. Which you know is a problem for everybody else in the field because we're already the fastest driver on the racetrack. I mean, I feel like I'm barely turning the wheel in the corners, really not trying to get the car to snap completely loose. And we have our first caution of the race. So first caution of the gonna obviously pit here for 4 fresh tires. We should be able to make it the rest of the stage now without having to pit again. We can run 56 laps on a full tank of fuel, but I just don't think we're gonna run quite that many laps. Won't have to repair any damage. 4 fresh tires coming our way here. It looks like we're gonna have a couple guys that already pitted that were a lap down, get the free pass, and being Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick, first driver 1 lap down, so therefore Harvick is going to get the free pass. 4 drivers on the lead lap here. Green flag is going to be back in the air. Sorry, Logano got the free pass, not Harvick. Harvick lined up to the outside of us there, but the other 3 drivers, though, will restart at the rear of the field. So here we go. Quickly trying to block off our teammate there, Brad Keselowski, trying to keep the clean air out in front as we have 40 laps to go in stage number 1. So we have a good pace in which we could possibly make it to the end of stage number 1. Hopefully that'll be the only time we would have to pit in this opening stage of the race. Did not see that coming off the start. So we run the middle now through turns 1 and 2. Keselowski barely going to get under us, and this is going to get very tight off of turn 4. I thought Harvick was going to try the middle. He didn't. Truex does get to the inside, though, and it looks like Harvick is maybe going to try to follow him. Just trying to hold steady. It's all right that these guys pass us right now. I'm taking my time. Still kind of running the top side, middle of the top lanes here in turns 1 and 2. Harvick now side by side with Truex. Harvick probably the fastest driver on the racetrack right now that is currently 1 lap down. Of course, we have led every lap since we have taken the lead so far. We just ran our fastest lap time of the race at 29.512 that last lap. A little tight there as we get into that dirty air right behind Truex, staying in the gas, almost getting into the wall. It's because we're running the same line as them. We can get a good draft with this package. It's just dirty air. We can become tight very quickly and push up the racetrack like a dump truck. So to see if that'll be the case or not. This one, slightly pushing up the track a little more than 1 and 2. And it seems that way for the most part any lap, that we're a little tighter in 1 and 2 than what we are in 3 and 4. But a lot of that has to do because you're carrying a lot more speed going into turn 1 than what you are turn 3. So it's a longer front stretch. Gaining a ton of time there that last lap. Wow, 29.4, as that is the first time we have ran a lap time that fast in this race. And we're just getting faster and faster here with each growing lap. Tires are still fairly fresh, at least for the moment. Again, just trying to keep the car very, very steady. Logano's worked his way through most of the pack right now. Still 2.5 seconds off the lead, but he has surprisingly fought through the lap traffic a lot quicker than what I would have anticipated as we check up out of the gas there, getting a little tight again in 1 and 2. Just trying to keep the car clean, keep it off the wall. We get a big run here through 3 and 4 now. Harvick's been on the top side, at least that last lap. One driver's already DNF'd in this race. To the inside of Keselowski now, into turn 1. Really trying to get it to stick there. We went in at a tighter corner. Turn the wheel a little more, staying in the gas, able to control the looseness of the race car. Harvick's still on the lead lap in 5th, but not for too much longer. He's going to have to hope for a quick yellow here in the next couple laps. Maybe even the next lap. We are gaining on him ever so quickly right now. Harvick goes down to the bottom to protect. I anticipated he was going to do that, so we moved to the top side of the track. Again, the bumps just shaking the car all the way around as we kind of get into the wall off the exit of 2. Kind of felt out of shape the majority of that corner, not going to lie. Luckily, I barely hit the wall, and we hit it kind of flat, so really no damage. Again to the outside of Harvick in turns 1 and 2. It's going to give us a straightaway speed down the back. Harvick trying to side draft off of us. Big block now down the back straightaway and back into turn 3 again. We're going to go right back to the top side of the track. Harvick on the bottom. Again, Harvick getting a great run. We're barely going to block him off the exit of 4. Risky move, but it paid off at least for right now as we have 30 laps to go in stage 1. And now a 3.5 second lead on Joey Logano. And is it possible that we can lead over 300 laps in this race? Yes, very unlikely, but the first set of pit stops, I mean, we won the race off the pit road, so we're 1 for 1 there. We were able to keep the lead off the restart, despite a couple guys that were a lap down getting by us, but we got right back around them within a 10-lap time frame, and we stayed green in the process. Remember the first season I ran here in the Cup Series when I didn't have stage breaks, we didn't run that many laps under green. It felt like, I think we had 14 cautions over the course of the race. But here in this one, though, we are running pretty good. If I remember right, we had a decent finish in that race as well. I know we won, but I think the actual finish of the race is pretty good. Classic Atlanta finish. It's produced before. I was actually at this race last season. Back when Brad Keselowski got the victory. Not by a lot over Martin Truex Jr. He was closing in lap after lap, another lap or 2. I think he would have had him. So he won by about a car length, and that was about it. So we were practically bumper to bumper coming across the start-finish line. Tip is going to go another lap down here as we have just caught lap traffic once again. Big closing rate to the back of the 66 of Joey Gase that time. got out of the gas, quickly moved up the track, and we were able to stay off of him. Quick reaction there. We were able to steer clear. Oh man! It's fun doing that, but it is dicey. I mean, I'm holding my breath every time. Oh, a little tight that time through 1 and 2. Wow, what a run. We got, looked like David Reagan was going to look to take it 3 wide for a second there. Thought better of it. Like, I was going to go a lap down anyway. I don't think it was worth it. Another lap down, that is. Oh, a little tight there. I was going to run the top, but I saw Castle ran the top, so I quickly tried to go to the bottom. Didn't hit my marks there with that late entry. Longer race with it being 500 miles, and I'm hoping I can get this done in a 3-hour time frame from the start to the finish.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there.
Close to the end of stage 1 here, just over 20 laps to go.
You're all clear on top.
Quick start to the race, only 1 caution so far. Lone caution of the race came out. First caution of the race did come out on lap 44, and I'm sorry, not 44, it came out on lap 41. Went green on lap 44. Still 21 to go though. I mean, we get another caution, we're in a short enough run, we might have to fight to win that opening stage of the race. Logano's got a surprisingly fast car as of right now, despite not leading a lap in this race yet. He's been in second for a very long time. He's really pulled away from Kurt Busch, who's currently third on the racetrack. In fact, Eric Almirola here is probably going to go a lap down in another couple laps. And if we stay green to the finish of the stage, I'm pretty sure Kurt Busch is going to go a lap down eventually as well.
Stay out of the bottom. Top 3 using it if you need it. Careful, still there.
Just going to pass Almirola now, so only 3 cars back on the lead lap once again.
All right, clear up. You got room, you're clear there.
Kurt Busch about 24.5 seconds off the lead in third. Now about 15 seconds off the lead. I'm not entirely sure if we can catch Logano before the end of the stage. It would be nice if we could, but no guarantees that that's going to happen. Of course, going to also hope that we can make it to the end of the stage on the tires we currently have. I think we will. One green with 40 laps to go in the stage. I'm pretty sure we can run that many under green. I think we've done a great job conserving our tires. We really showed that opening run there, the opening tire run we had, that we were able to do so. See Denny Hamlin up there. He might be in danger of going another lap down, despite leading the first almost 15 laps of the race. Only 2 leaders so far in this one. Keselowski started on the pole, never led a lap, but Denny Hamlin first about 10 to 15 laps. Can't remember exactly what lap it was. We took the lead from Hamlin. I want to say lap 13, but I'm not totally sure on that. We have led every lap in this race since. A lot of heavy lap traffic just in front of us now, and it includes Kurt Busch. Currently the third place driver on the track. Very tight here, going to the outside of him. Slight contact with Kurt Busch now as we got pinched to the outside of him as well, right behind the back bumper, the 62. We didn't want to run over Brendan Gaughan. And now we're going to get around Kurt. Really little to no damage whatsoever there, so that didn't really hurt the car either. Luckily we were able to keep control of it. Don't want to wreck, especially because I know we've got a great car. So even if Logano goes a lap down before the end of the stage, I'm sure he's going to be the driver that's going to get the free pass at the stage break. 13 laps to go.
Still there. Clear all around.
I was going to say, it looked like on the track map he had a lot of open air and clean air in front of him, but I guess that's not the case. Still in the midst of some lap traffic. I think we're going to catch him. I actually think we're going to catch him before the end of the stage. We got 12 to go. Hopefully we stay green so we don't have a little shootout to the end, at least for my sake. Though it would be fun for you guys to watch. Oh man, we got really loose off of turn 2. Did a great job not only not hitting the wall, but not coming down into the 95 of De Benedetto in the process. You really see that rear bumper swing out. Quickly zooming all the way down to the track. Putting Truex another lap down. So Martin Truex Jr. multiple laps down in the 7th spot. When you fall multiple laps down in a race, that really puts you in a tough spot to try and come back. 10 to go. No lap cars currently in between me and Logano, but I'm sure there will be soon here as he's closing in on some lap cars just ahead of him. Those of you watching, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We have daily NASCAR content, whether it's NASCAR Heat 4, a pre-race / post-race fantasy NASCAR analysis with my predictions and my post-race thoughts every weekend. Trying to work on a career mode as well for the Tony Stewart dirt racing game here over the last couple of weeks since the game came out. I did release one video last week. I'm sure there will be more in the future as that video's got a decent amount of views. But there will be more of that content coming up in the future as well. 8 laps to go now in the stage as we close in on Joey Logano. Trying to put him a lap down here. This could get tight off the exit of 2. It does. Keselowski didn't give us a ton of room there as we quickly now are going to put him 2 laps down. So the pole sitter in 6th is 2 laps down. Logano is well in the free pass position. And he will get his lap back either at the end of the stage or if a caution comes out, whatever comes first. Make the pit strategy sequence a lot easier on my brain if we could stay green to the end of the stage. If the caution comes out, it's like, alright, do I pit beforehand and give up a ton of track position now, or to stay out, win the stage, and then pit, and then give up the track position after, try to run them back down again. So hopefully it doesn't have to come to that. Definitely a cleaner of the two races between Daytona and Atlanta here to start the season. We're only through the first stage, of course. Still a long race to go here, but hopefully a fun one as this continues. Look at Harvick in fifth. He's going to go 2 laps down now. That's going to put him in a very tough spot as well here. Those of you wondering, this is on the toughest difficulty, 105 AI difficulty. And I am not using a custom setup for any of the races over the course of the season. So, I mean, we are just strictly driving this car about as perfectly as we can with the balance setup in the car as well. Just seems to fit my driving style, especially here at this racetrack. Another reason why I'm got great history at Atlanta and really any series as well as any of the NASCAR heat games. So our right front tire is really worn out right now at 20%, but we're easily going to make it to the end of the stage here because when we come off of turn 4 this time we will have 2 laps to go in stage 1. So even if a caution comes out right now, that will end the stage. We cannot go green. For a green-white checker here, Eric Almirola, he's probably going to try his best right now to stay on the lead, or sorry, 1 lap down, but it's not going to happen. He will fall 2 laps down before the end of the stage. And I don't think we're going to catch Kurt Busch. I'm not even sure where he's at on the racetrack to be exact right now. Looks like Kurt Busch is going to remain 1 lap down here as we have 1 lap to go in stage 1. A fantastic start to the race for me. We're going to roll into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. We're going to get the green and white checkered flag. So I see Kurt Busch way up there just now coming off a 4, so he will last long enough to at least be just 1 lap down. There's the checkered flag for the end of stage 1. Ryan Blaney will get it done. So it's a good start to the race. We're going to get a playoff point. We know we're locked into the playoffs after that Daytona 500 win. So get a playoff point, get 10 additional points here to go towards the regular season total. And only 1 caution in the opening stage of the race here. So pretty clean start for the most part. Only 1 driver has DNF'd so far. And we will have pit stops once again here in this one. 4 fresh tires here. Logano, of course, got the free pass. He'll restart at the rear of the field. And so here we go.
We're going green.
Green flag will be back in the air here at Atlanta.
Outside.
Restarting with a big lead. Although we're going to try to keep all these lap cars behind us, especially Kurt Busch, with him only being 1 lap down right now. Almirola going to try to sneak to the inside of his former teammate there, who is now driving for Chip Ganassi. Down the back straightaway, we did get a good start, but they are right on our back bumper here. Back to green flag racing. Now look at Brad Keselowski getting to the inside of Almirola for the 4th spot. I mean, obviously stage point's still on the line, even though they're 2 laps down. Of course, they want to win the race, but track position so key here in this one as we slide up the track off of turn 2. As now it's Keselowski. We're going to race our teammate hard and clean here. We went down the track to try and side drive. Now Almirola really trying to take the air off our left rear. And look at Harvick skimming on by. Man, we almost made contact there with the 10. Just below us. Harvick going to get one of his laps back now. Again, just trying to work hard on the 10 of Almirola. Ran a little higher line. going to give us some straightaway speed once again here. Eric now moves to the top side of the track. We go to the bottom, trying to at least get to the inside. They're not going to work that time. Truex ran the top. He's going to have speed to the outside of us.
Still there.
Again, we've led every lap in this race since lap 13.
Careful. Still there.
As we're kind of slowly slipping back through the field here, Joey Logano is working his way from the back of the field, trying to get up to us once again. Harvick side by side with Keselowski for about a half a lap now, as that is the battle to be the first driver. Or sorry, no, Kurt Busch the first driver, one lap down, but if Busch gets around us here soon as we get tight into the side of the 19 of Truex. Contact now. Bowman's going to slip on by in the process. He gains a spot there on Truex.
Still there.
So we had a very tight moment there for a second. That almost caused a crash. And 3 wide now as Kurt Busch gets to the inside of us, and he tries to pull us back with the side draft. And entering turns 1 and 2 here once again, back to the inside of Truex. Look at how close we get to his corner panel. And again, 3 wide up the exit, contact with Kurt Busch. What a save by Blaney. We got very, very loose that time. Got very tight. I think he got a little tight up the exit of the corner. Just caught our left rear a bit. Took us down the track off the exit of 2, but we're able to not only stay on the racing surface, but keep the car straight. All in all, Kurt was doing everything he could there to get his lap back in case of a quick yellow. And we're going to hopefully and quickly try to get right back around these guys once again.
All right, get clear.
Put them all 2 laps down. Still 75 laps left in stage 2. We are nearing the 100 lap mark in this race. As we get to lap 12, that'll be the 100th lap of the race. Lap 12 in the stage, that is, as far as the green flag laps go. And run on Brad K that time. We're going to pass him. He's right back to 2 laps down again. Now can we catch Kevin Harvick? Harvick probably arguably the 3rd fastest car in the field. He's got the clean air for right now. It won't be long before we'll take that away from him. Keeps going down to the bottom. Harvick is typically a bottom feeder. Likes the bottom of the track, especially here at Atlanta. Track he has had a lot of history, winning his first career race here back in 2001. He's won here recently as well. He's always been one of the contenders here within the last decade, really, at Atlanta. We're going to clear him down the back straightaway now to put him 2 laps down once again. So Kurt Busch is in the pre-pass spot as of right now if he can get a caution. We'll get back on the lead lap. And that will give us 3 cars on the lead lap. So we're going to come off of turn 4 this time. We will now have hit lap 100 in this race. And it will be under yellow because the caution will fly for the 2nd time this afternoon. And that will give Kurt Busch the free pass. And that will also line Joey Logano to the outside of us here. So we're going to repair that damage we've got on our left rear corner panel from after the contact we made with Kurt Busch a few laps ago. See, Bowman probably going to stay out of the pits here. He's going to try to take the free pass, get one of his laps back, it looks like. So is Eric Jones, 4 laps down. He's going to try to become 3 laps down. I mean, he's trying to get every sort of advantage they can. Joey Logano actually won the race off of pit road, so Logano will lead the field to green, so we have just lost the lead for the first time since taking the lead earlier in the race. And the green flag will be in the air here once again in Atlanta. Pretty good restart. As we stay to the outside of Logano, trying to get the advantage. Look at this. Can he clear us off of turn 2? No, he can't. Big side draft off of him now, down the back straightaway and into turn 3. Dead even here between Logano and Blaney as we get a push from behind now from Eric Almirola. How much is this going to help us? Surprised we didn't get out of shape with that happening. Contact now with the 2 of Keselowski. Had to check up out of the gas there. So Joey Logano in the lead right now under green here at Atlanta. Harvick looking for his lap back. Oh man, we get really loose there. Middle of the corner. Almirola's still behind us. He has been there since the restart. Just try to stay focused here once again. Man, we got tight off of turn 2. Kill our straightaway speed. Logano really trying to get around Harvick as quick as possible. Logano side by side with Harvick here through 1 and 2, and now still down the back straightaways. He couldn't clear him that time. Penske running 1-2 and 5th right now on the track. Of course, if I don't win this race, somebody else will be locked into the playoffs as we're in the wall off of turn 2 there. And it just seems like the more times we pit in this race, the more stops we have, and the longer the race goes. This car's been getting a lot tighter from where it was off the start of the race. I feel like it was at its fastest, that opening run, even early in the second run. We were clicking away very fast lap times. Oh man, getting tight. We got right to the back bumper of Truex again in the wall. It still can't get off of it now at the exit of 2. And that's going to cost us some time as well. Again, we're just really trying not to hurt the car. Man, Chase Elliott pushed us right up the racetrack, and that was a dangerous situation there as we almost ended up in the wall because of it. Really had to get out of the gas, and Logano's going to pull away from us even more now, out to almost a 4-second race lead. Wow. Pass all these lap cars here once again. Harvick. Logano right now, he's side by side with him again. It's going to slow him down. The more he races with Kevin Harvick and can't pass him lap after lap, we're going to catch him. They keep side drafting off of each other, battling back and forth. It's really slowing Logano's momentum down over the course of this race. Logano stuck behind the 4 car still. Lead is down to just over 2 seconds is the advantage. Still only 1 car DNF'd in the race despite having 2 cautions per incident now. 1 in each of the first 2 stages so far. Look at that rookie though, Tyler Reddick having a great run in the 9th spot right now. Now again to the inside of Harvick. Get to the back bumper, he just can't get around in that dirty air, really slowing down Joey Logano. Get out of the gas here, Reddick was going to take the outside there. And block this off for the moment.
Still there. Careful.
Oh man, Keselowski was looking to block us. We quickly got to the inside of him. And now no cars in between me and the race leader, Joey Logano. But Logano does have Harvick just in front of him, and I'm sure we'll catch the other lap traffic here. He's back, starting with the back marker cars in the next probably 5 laps or so. On a half-second back now. We're going to run the outside here through turns 3 and 4. So did Harvick. Logano back down to the bottom though, and that's going to slow him down just enough. We're going to have a ton of straightaway speed now. Big run when we go into turn 1, and now Blaney down to the inside of Logano for the lead into turn 1. Going to hold it full throttle, really getting that car to turn. We're going to easily clear him off the exit of turn 2. And it'll be a lead change back at the line. And Joey Logano will lose the lead to Ryan Blaney here. Blaney, the stage 1 winner, now in the lead for the 2nd time here today. .54 to go in the stage. Of course, trying to split the pit stops up in 2 once again. We'll easily be able to do it this time, though. I should say in 2 from when we last pitted, because when the caution came out, almost everybody came onto pit road under the last yellow.
All right, you're clear then.
Of course, these 500-mile races are some of the longest of the season. The fact that we're running 2 here on this season on NASCAR Heat 4 back-to-back to start the year of the Daytona 500 and now here at Atlanta in this race, at least we're getting them out of the way, because there aren't many 500-mile races in the Cup Series anymore, especially compared to what there used to be. So right along with the in-car cam now for the first time today. Again, look at the bumps on this racetrack, really just shifting the car practically all over the place. We're just doing a great job of handling this race car over the course of the day. A little loose there in turns 3 and 4. Kind of feathered the gas pedal that time. Even in the hood cam, I mean, look at these hops, especially the entrance to turn 3, I've noticed. That seems to be the bumpiest part of the racetrack, no matter what lane you are running. Into the front bumper cam. Great run, we're getting to the outside of these guys, quickly down to the inside. That huge closing rate to the back bumper of Brian Truex. Now 3 wide into turns 3 and 4 there. Great quick reaction there with the hand-eye coordination. Finally starting to break a little bit of a sweat here in this one. Caution, though, is going to fly now for the 3rd time today. So we have our 3rd caution of the race. Just over 200 laps to go. And that means not only I'm going to pit right here, but I would assume everybody else is going to hit pit road as well. It's according to plan. Kevin Harvick is going to get the free pass. Unfortunately for him, even though he was ahead of Logano, he could not get ahead of us to get the free pass to be the back on the lead lap. So
Coming to the green, driver.
we're going to get to the restart here with the in-car cam as you see us try to shift right back up to speed. Joey Logano on the inside of us. Logano won the race off the pit road once again, and now Kurt Busch going to restart at the front of the field here as well. Really trying to hold the line here and hold the wheel steady. Look at Keselowski helping Joey Logano out a ton there. Logano will move in front of us now as we go 3 wide down the back straightaway for the race lead. All the Penske guys, can we hold our line in the middle of the corner? This is dicey. Logano still on the outside. Busch down there. 3 wide again. Contact with the 1. Oh, and there he goes sideways. What a save by Kurt Busch. He didn't get loose until real late in the corner after the contact. Logano now back to the outside of us once again. He's going to have a huge run. And now he moves down to the inside here just in front of us. Wow, look at him just pull us off the exit of the corner. The short run definitely goes to Joey Logano between the two of us. 44 laps to go in stage number 2. If you're enjoying this great racing action here, hit the like button down below, as well as if you are enjoying the commentary over the course of this race today. And again, Logano has a lap car in front of him, though this time it's Brad Keselowski, his teammate, holding him back. And maybe giving us a good chance here to try to catch him. Continue to alternate through the cameras. Kind of got a little tight through 1 and 2 there as we were sliding right back up the racetrack once again. Really trying to hold back the 31 of Tyler Reddick right behind us here. We don't want him to get around us. One to the outside, but that's going to allow Denny Hamlin now to get to the inside of us. Got a little tight there off the exit of the corner. Look at Truex trying to split us now. This is very, very heavy traffic. Goes to show how crazy the restarts are with this rules package from last season. It will be the same on all the 1.5 mile and bigger tracks that aren't the super speedways or the road courses. Wow, look at Reddick and Hamlin there. So we're side by side. We take it 3 wide and we kind of scrape the wall a little bit off the exit of turn 4. That allows more cars to get on by once again. Yeah, we're just not hitting our marks like we were in the first stage of the race. Pretty much the entirety of the first stage. Still 40 to go though in stage 2. Logano, although he has the clean air and has gotten around Keselowski a couple laps ago, it'll likely be a matter of time here if we stay green before we'll catch him. So again, we've only had 3 cautions in this race so far today. Come off of turn 4. Oh, ran. We're out of the corner a little too late there as Truex still to the outside of us. So we clear him now through turns 1 and 2. And yes, indeed, we will.
Stay on the bottom here. You got room. You're clear.
Like somebody that must have stayed out of the pits is the one car that has really fallen off the pack. Seemingly ahead of him. Slight contact with the wall again there off the exit of turn 2. Again, it's costing us some time on the racetrack. Be careful of that. Having quite a bit of damage build up because of it as well here. Look to go to the outside now. Tyler Reddick checking out of the gas there slightly. Now to the inside of Tyler. We are closing back into Joey Logano now off the exit of turn 4 as we're about 4 car lengths back of the lead. If he runs the top side again, which he does, we're going to run the top side as well. Trying to get it. Oh, slightly into the wall again. A little tight running the same line as him. Going to leave the bottom open. We're going to make a late move to the bottom here underneath of Logano and off of turn 4. Blaney got to clear him for the race lead once again. We cannot make it to the end of the stage on the tires we are currently running, so we're probably going to try to short pit here to the end of the stage. Still 34 laps left in the stage. We've got 2 drivers out of the race now after the 3 L's. 32 laps to go in stage 2. Again, as I told you a couple laps ago, we will short pit here before the end of the stage, and I'm going to come down pit road with 30 laps to go in the stage. Gonna hope that we stay caution free, as this race has definitely gotten a lot racier than what it was at the start. As we wear on. Oh man, right into the back bumper of Brendan Gaughan. Didn't know which way he was going to go. Now it's definitely a good time to pit. Got to make sure. And we did not. So good job getting down there. We'll take our 4 fresh tires right now. We'll see how quick this pit stop can be here. First green flag pit stop of the race for us today. Other drivers made green flag pit stops in stage 1, but the caution came out in the middle of it. We did not make our stop at that time. As we now give up the race lead here to try and short pit. Taking the trends that the race is going to stay green here for a while and hopefully at least to the end of the stage. Worst case scenario, we are the first driver 1 lap down on the racetrack. About a second and a half ahead of Harvick, and we have 4 fresh tires versus the rest of the field. So this is our time to shine to the end of the stage here. When will the leaders pit? Will their strategy change at all, knowing that I just pit? I think they're going to go around Kurt Busch, but again, that's not the position. Busch is on the lead lap. We're currently one lap down. Wow, very tight. There's a 3 and 4. I didn't think Hamlin was going to give us enough room on the bottom. So Chase Elliott's going to hit pit road. And we'll see if that's going to be scheduled pit stops here for the rest of the leaders that are currently still on the racetrack. They pit. They will be faster than us for at least a couple laps. In the wall, slightly off the turn 2 again. I didn't try to get out of the gas. When I did, I just lost control of the car, at least enough to hit the wall, and not complete control of the car, but got the double zero. Landon Castle was going to come right up into us. I didn't think he was going to give us the room to run there. So very heavy lap traffic now entering turn 3, and that involves the race leader Joey Logano, who just zoomed to the outside to get around all of them. Try to get our lap back here. 20, just over 22 seconds back at Kurt Busch in second. On the back bumper there of Matt DiBenedetto, that'll slow us down, and that'll give us quite a bit of damage there on the front bumper too. One thing that tends to get fatigued as well over the course of the race is just my overall energy using the steering wheel here in this 500-mile race. That could be some of the issue as well with me making minimal mistakes compared to what I was doing at all in stage 1. Gotta be patient here, keep that car clean. Stay hydrated. We'll keep it going here. Joey Logano has not hit pit road yet. He is just in front of us. Kind of tight here as he goes up the track. We go to the inside of him trying to get a lap back at the line. I'll have it, but we're going to get around him here and clear him going into turn 1. So Blaney back on the lead lap again here at Atlanta. Joey Logano still stuck behind the lap car now. He's just behind us. Predictions down below. Who do you think is going to win this race that we are running here today at Atlanta? As well, who do you guys think will win the Cup race at Vegas today? It should be a good one. My pick for that race is going to be Kevin Harvick. Watch my full pre-race analysis video that is up on the channel sometime before the race today. Now a to go in the stage. And again, Logano has a pit. Can Joey Logano, oh, slight contact with Paul Menard in the middle of the corner. I think I was going to get that tight. I mean, I've been trying to run as hard as I can. I'm almost seemingly running too hard, making more mistakes than what I was even earlier. But now, I don't know. This is interesting. About 27 seconds off the lead with 18 to go. Is it possible Joey Logano can win this stage and not have to pit to the end? I wouldn't have thought it would have been possible, but I mean, they're on the border of fuel. It's just a matter of will the tires last all the way to the end of the stage is the question. So we'll see. At the very least, we're going to finish third if we stay green to the end of the stage. Definitely running as hard as I can here. I didn't think we were going to be able to make it on our tires, so that's why I ended up short pitting. And it might work as far as trying to put a lap on the field as well here if we do stay green and everybody decides to pit. Because I did not think that the leaders were going to stay out this long. And they stay out there either A, hoping for a caution before the end of the stage, or B, just trying to ride it all the way out. If we do get a caution before the end of the stage, I can guarantee that they're all going to pit, regardless of how many laps will be left. Therefore, that's going to put the pressure on me to where I'm going to end up having to pit again anyway. Luckily, I've got my lap back before that is to happen. We're still running him down, about 23 seconds off the lead now, and actually we're about 6 seconds off of second place Kurt Busch. 15 laps to go in the stage.
Alright, you're clear. Alright, you're clear. You're all clear on top there. You got room, you're clear. Still there? All right, you're clear. All clear. Clear over. Careful, still there. You're all clear on top. Stay low, stay low.
Just past Kurt Busch down the back straightaway. We're up to second. Still 17 seconds back from Logano, a little over half the track. Hopefully Logano catches a lot of lap traffic and a lot of bad spots here if we're going to want a chance to catch him if they don't pit. There's a penalty though if you pit after 2 laps to go in the stage. So you have to pit before there is 2 laps to go. So we see that they're going to stay out to the very end if they do go that far. You might as well when you make it that far anyway.
Stay high up here. All right, you're clear.
So can Joey Logano steal the stage win here in stage 2? Tracking a little bit better now, but we're still behind pace and trying to catch him now to the end of the stage. Every time he passes off of turn 4, just looking down at the track map to see if he's going to pit or not. And I haven't even seen anybody pit outside of Chase Elliott. It's the only driver I've seen pit. I don't know if that was supposed to be intentional or not. I could have had a problem going on and had to coast on the pit road. I'm not entirely sure what the case was.
You got room, you're clear. You got room, you're clear.
12 seconds off the lead. Pretty close. See, now we do have cars hitting pit road this time by. Logano was not one of them. Truex is going to hit pit road just in front of us here. So here come the leaders. Will Logano pick this next time as we have 9 to go in stage 2? going to stay out again. And I'm sure he's going to keep staying out here. He gets by a few more lap cars. He's got a lot of clean air ahead of him. We still got to pass all those lap cars. Oh, Chase Elliott chose the same line we did there. Just less than 9 seconds off the lead. This is just oh so close. Harvick's overtaking Kurt Busch for position here. Will Logano pit this time? No. Logano might stay out to the very end here. At the line, it is going to be a little over 7 seconds back with 7 to go. We are still tracking a little bit behind pace right now, but Logano, I'm sure, is going to drop his pace way off if he's going to try to make it to the end. He's on the inside of the track. We turn stay at 4 now, but will he pit this time? Yes, he is. He is coming down. Logano not going to risk it too much. He doesn't think he can make it to the end of the stage. Blaney will take the lead at the line this time with 6 laps to go in stage 2. Now can we stay green to the end of the stage? Not entirely sure here. Logano's not only lost the lead, but he's likely going to lose a lap here eventually as well. Again, we're now 3 laps down on the racetrack. Harvick 2 laps down, he's in 4th. Hamlin, of course, at 5th. Logano rolling back on pit road again. 5 laps to go in the stage. He just now went a lap down. So we catch him past Kurt Busch at all here and put Busch 2 laps down. Not impossible. Logano's going to get the free pass here at the end of the stage break. Exactly where Kurt Busch is on the track right now. I'm assuming that was somewhat close to him, but not entirely sure. 3 laps to go now in stage number 2. So if the caution comes out from now to the end of the stage, we will hit the end of the stage regardless. So Ryan Blaney with the short, slight contact there with Parker Kligenfeld. That was good though. We're able to both keep control of our cars. Car now on pit road here. They wanted to get down before they were penalized for pitting too late to the end of the stage. That was their last time to go, and they did. So now 2 laps to go in the stage. Pit road is now closed for anybody that isn't already on pit road. 2 guys on there that are still in the race. White flag in the air now. 1 lap to go in stage number 2.
Careful, so bad. All right, let's go. White flag. You're all clear.
Kurt Busch is so close. Can we catch him? I believe that's him just in front of us here. And if that is him, it is. He's going to survive here to the end of the stage, barely. He's barely going to be just 1 lap down, even closer to what it was at the end of the last stage. Ryan Blaney wins stage 2 here at Atlanta. Joey Logano will finish 2nd, Kurt Busch in 3rd. So we're gonna hit the end of the stage here. We won the first 2 stages of the race. This one not as dominant as the first stage, but nevertheless, everybody's going to hit pit road once again here. So obviously we're going to win the race off the pit road. Logano gets the free pass. Kurt Busch still one lap down, but all those guys lining up here right behind us, or even to the outside of us if you include Kevin Harvick, looking to get at least one of the laps back here. Green flag back in the air at Atlanta. Stage 3 is underway. 152 laps to go in the race. Again, we have had 3 cautions over the course of the day. In stage 1, 2, and stage 2, and now here as we're starting the 3rd and final stage. How will this go? And in this 500-mile race, still only 2 drivers at DNF. When we get to the start-finish line this time, we will be halfway home. And the cross flags will be in the air. Oh, slight contact now with Denny Hamlin. Hamlin gets a little sideways. Look at Brad Keselowski trying to thread it up the middle. Kurt Busch going to get his lap back. Still more contact there with Alex Bowman. So 150 laps to go now.
Got a Carlo now.
So we're actually past halfway in this race. We hit past halfway just towards the end of stage 2. We didn't even realize it. Off the top of my head, at least.
Alright, you're clear.
And yeah, I mean, we're in the final stage. We're past halfway home. I mean, this could be the finish of the race everybody was hoping for. I'm sure we'll still get another caution or 2, at least. We just have to see when they will come out, how they will come out.
Inside.
Slight contact off the exit of turn 4 with Truex once again. Look, he's still trying to fight the car down the front stretch. He's trying not to overcorrect it. He did a fantastic job. Nice side draft off of Truex before he went to the inside of him going into turn 3 that time. Caution is out. That's the quick yellow Kurt Busch needed. He will remain on the lead lap here as we hit the top of the hour. 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So caution will fly once again. Logano will line up right next to us, so will Kurt Busch. Kevin Harvick was 1 lap down at the time of the yellow, so he will get the free pass. So Harvick's back in the lead lap, so now quickly we went from everybody being a lap down at the end of stage 2 to now having 4 cars on the lead lap, less than 10 laps into the final stage of the race. So quickly how things can change there. Hamlin 2 laps down still. He got one of his laps back there. Green flag back in the air. Logano spins the tires off the restart. We can't beat him back to the line. That is going to bog everybody up. Look at this. It would have been perfect if he was on the outside of us. And now Kurt Busch going down for the lead. He's got a good chance at it. Down the back straightaway, Kurt Busch is going to clear Joey Logano. Well, maybe. Logano hanging strong there for the time being. No, still side by side between Logano and Kurt Busch for the lead. Busch beat him back to the line at least to get the lead changed. That is the first lap Kurt Busch has led the entire race. Hamlin might try to get another lap back here and take it 3 wide. Close Keselowski's gotten multiple times now to our back bumper. Even in the middle of the corner there. Hamlin pulls alongside Kurt Busch now. Moving on to turns 3 and 4. Logano with the clean air out in front, of course. Hamlin trying to catch him. Just ran our fastest lap, not only of the race, but our fastest lap ever here at Atlanta in the Cup Series. A 29.308, so almost a 29.2 as we kind of get into the wall there off of turn number 2, and that's going to cost us some time as well. Second back from Kurt Busch in second. Logano just over a second and a half ahead of us. Selowski currently in sixth. At least all the Penske guys in the top 10 right now as we get tight. We're way too deep that time. Where this race goes, a little bit longer on these runs. Logano's able to not only hold on to the lead, but pull away a little bit and goes faster on a little bit longer runs too. Right up the middle goes Blaney, in between his teammate Keselowski, and on the bottom it was Alex Bowman. Bowman clears as we merge off of turn 4. Same time he cleared Keselowski. Quickly to the inside of Bowman, trying a little crossover move.
Alright, you're clear there.
Into turn 1 as we close into the back bumper now of the one of Kurt Busch. The Chip Ganassi racing to the inside of him. We're going to try to clear him off of turn 4, and we will easily do so. Blaney back up to second here. A very good chance for it to be a 1-2 finish here at Atlanta between Logano and Blaney. Gotta say though, if this was the Las Vegas race, it would be a lot closer to the finish of what we are here at Atlanta. I can tell you. Joey Logano once again here. We're not going to get him at the line this time. At least I don't think. Pretty close. Nope, not quite. Logano leads at the line, but we're side by side now into turn 1 for the race lead. And in the middle of turns 1 and 2, Ryan Blaney will clear Joey Logano easily. Logano gives up the lead once again to his fellow teammate in the 12 car. Catch Brendan Gaughan here pretty soon. He lost that pack ahead of him. Quite a wide margin too. Kind of excited though. I mean, I know this race is going to get done before the Cup race today, but be a lot closer to the start time, which is going to make me even more excited for the Cup race, that it's going to be that much closer. So a lot of fun happening here on this channel, and for my sake here. And this race rolls on. The more green flag laps we run, the more tired I'm getting. I mean, this is really working up a good sweat. Can't imagine what the drivers actually go through. Do have the blinds open. The sun's somewhat coming down on top of me, so that doesn't help matters much for my sake. Different compared to doing these races at night during the week, and a lot shorter races at that, with it being different series, smaller series at that.
You're all clear on the bottom end.
Slide contact, oh no, stay in the gas. I had to get out of the gas a little bit there. We do stay green. And a lot of contact there with the wall and even the left side of my car into the right side of Landon Castle's car there. Another sketchy moment you can chalk up on the whiteboard. Still 125 laps to go right now.
Still there? All right, you're clear there.
Three drivers have DNF'd in this one, so still 37 cars physically on this racetrack. 124 laps to go. Mile and a half quad oval.
You're all clear up now. All right, clear level. Top 3, use it if you need it.
Really get out of the gas there on Bubba Wallace, almost ran into him. We're going to try to short pit again here like we did earlier in the race. Kevin Harvick's up to third though. He has passed Kurt Busch. Still, he's about 5 seconds behind Logano per second. He's speed out of Harvick's car, and again, with the great history he's got at this racetrack, I think he actually has a good shot to win it. Not going to pit this time, but we will pit next time by. Just over 200 laps into this race. interesting to see if the elapsed time in this race is going to be longer than what it took to get done at Daytona. It's a good possibility for it. Quickly trying to get onto pit road. Got to make sure we don't speed. I mean, we're pushing the limits doing that, but great job getting onto pit road. So now time to short pit. So back onto the racetrack here, barely holding on to the lead lap on Joey Logano, at least right now. He is definitely hauling here, coming through 3 and 4 as we are trying to get back up to speed now down the backstretch. It looks like we are going to hold on to the lead lap. We're currently in the 4th position. So furthest back in the field we have been since the start of the race. We started 18th. Right where we qualified. 119 laps to go though right now. We're back up to speed, and look at how we're flying not only around the track but around all these cars as well. It's still about 5 seconds behind the race leader, Joey Logano, right now. Just moved to the top side of the track. Wow, very close to the wall for turns 1 and 2. But any sort of extra time we can. Brett Keselowski back into the top 5 once again. He is currently 1 lap down in the pit stop. Another caution, we will get the free pass. About a half track behind Joey Logano. see if by the course of the end of this race, if we can reach the most watching at a time like we did at the end of the race in the Daytona 500 last week. We had 13 people watching at the very end. Most I've had for the course of a live stream of any race at one time at least. Of course, I had a couple, like over 300 views now on that race already, just in over a week. Still trying to catch up to that Daytona 500 of the last season, which will be tough to catch, but we got almost 1,400 views on that as of right now. So far, the race high in this one was 5 views. Which just reached 50 subscribers last night, as that was pretty good. Not really a milestone, but goes to show how quickly this channel is growing here. Pretty much in the first few months of action. Especially NASCAR being in full gear now after the Daytona 500 last week. It's going to be a really fun season. I have a good feeling about it. Both on the channel, in general, just for me traveling again this year, for the 3rd year now. 4th year in which I'd be going to NASCAR races, but the 3rd year I'd be traveling to different tracks. Kurt Busch there a few laps ago. He's now quickly 5 seconds behind us. We're about just over 2 seconds behind second place Kevin Harvick and a little over 7 seconds behind the race leader Joey Logano. We are definitely catching up and catching up fast at that. Easily cleared Kevin Harvick off of turn 2 on the outside of the racetrack. That'll move Blaney right back up to second once again in this race. More drivers starting to hit pit road now, but none of those included any of the 4 drivers on the lead lap. Slight contact now with the back bumper of Ryan Newman. 4 wide now in the middle of the corner for turns 1 and 2, so they officially say we have seen 4 wide, and there was contact with practically everybody there. How we made it through the corner unscathed, I am not at all sure. Logano staying on the track another lap. Shows he's been able to manage his tires the best, and that could be some of why he has led the second most laps in this race. Right behind me, with the scorecard, Ryan Blaney. 2 seconds off the race leader, Joey Logano. Somebody blowing up now. It looks like it's Cody Ware just in front of us. The caution will fly as he cannot get onto pit road before the yellow. So with 105 laps to go, we have our 5th caution of the race here today. 2:21 Eastern Standard Time. Once again, we started this race about 12:30, so we're running close to the 2-hour mark of this one. So like 2 hours and 19 minutes in the Daytona 500, so I think we'll easily surpass that moment here in this race. We will pit, and we lost 2 spots on pit road. Actually lost 1 spot on pit road. Kevin Harvick stayed out. He must have been on pit road at the time of the caution, so what a huge break for him. Green flag back in the air here. Once again, Keselowski fell 2 laps down just before the caution, so he will get 1 lap back. And now here to the restart. 3 wide for the lead now. Oh man, we got a little loose there in the middle of the corner. Another gutsy move on the restart though by Kurt Busch in the 1, taking it 3 wide for the race lead. He's going to clear everybody now down into turns 3 and 4, but here comes Kevin Harvick right back down to the bottom again. They're 3 wide for second now. Logano's stuck in the middle. Kevin Harvick beats everybody back to the line. 100 laps to go here at Atlanta. Kevin Harvick is in the lead. The first lap of the race led now by Kevin Harvick here today. Starting a little further back in the field after an even more poor qualifying effort than what I had. Man, really close to that one car, trying to side draft off the left rear corner panel. Somehow it didn't work. It just got a little too loose. Second time we've been back in the 4th position here in this stage in this race. Logano, though, obviously he was in second. We got back past Kurt Busch pretty quickly to get back to second at least. He restarted in the lead, but Kurt Busch not only got to the lead, but eventually ended up... Kevin Harvick restarted in the lead. Logano was second, Kurt Busch third. And the running 1, 2, 3, and 4, if you include me, restarted fourth. All in the same order once again. A couple lap cars in between Kurt Busch and Logano, but otherwise it's pretty equal. Busch got to the back bumper there of the one car. We'll see if we can get to him here in turns 1 and 2. Blaney to the inside, Kurt Busch on the top. We are going to clear the one of Kurt Busch off the turn 2. And just like that, Ryan Blaney's up to third here at Atlanta. On the outside there to turns 3 and 4 now. Kurt Busch trying to diamond the corner off. Not going to work there. We block him to the inside off of turn 4. Logano slowly but surely, he is running down the 4 car of Kevin Harvick. We are about 2.5 seconds off the lead. About 2 seconds off of Joey Logano. 4 drivers have now DNF'd in this race. Again, we have a decent amount of cautions. We've had 5 so far today. We had 10 in the Daytona 500 last week. I don't think we're going to get 5 cautions in the final 95 laps of this race. It's not impossible, but people will have a new season low for cautions. And despite that, there's a good chance that it'll be the longest race of the season so far. We hit about close to 3 o'clock, which would be the top of the hour once again. We will be right around that mark. We will actually, if we hit 3 o'clock, we will for sure be past the 2 hour 19-minute mark. As far as the lapse time in this race, no Chevys have led. Well, sorry, no, Kurt Busch has led a couple laps in this race, so never mind, but it's been the only Chevy to lead in this one. The only Toyota to lead was very early. Denny Hamlin led about the first 12 laps of the race, and that was it. He's not led since. He's barely even been in the top 5 since. Likely a 2-stop race to the finish still from where we're at. As of right now, big run with the draft on Logano that time, and he's going to lose the 2nd position. We got to clear him easily before we even get into turn 1. Harvick back to the top here. Went to the bottom. Harvick now to the bottom, and we go to the top, so that's going to give us some straightaway speed. Down the front stretch. Try to close the gap on him once again here. Now into turns 1 and 2. Harvick again back down to the bottom. Blaney on the top side of the racetrack, and here comes the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Had to get out of the gas just a little bit, but we'll see now. Entering into turns 3 and 4. Down to the inside goes Blaney into 3. Side by side in the late going of the race with Harvick. Blaney will clear him for the lead, and Ryan Blaney. Again, what a run we are having in this race today. Blaney back in the lead now for the 4th time as we have 90 laps to go. In stage 1 and 2 so far in this race. Still, of course, a little bit of a ways to go, but we are having fun here in this one. A couple almost incidents happen with us, but of course we have stayed out of trouble and have not wrecked at all in this race, and that is why we are in the lead right now. And we still have a fast car. Close we got to the wall that time through turns 1 and 2. Again, just flying around this racetrack. And not only we're in the final stage of the race, but we're inside the final 90 laps. It is time to really run the outside as much as possible. And as well, we are running as close to that wall as we can. Still a couple pit stops away from the finish, where the tire wear is, but besides the point. Right along down with the in-car cam with 87 to go. It'll be the final time today in which we will do so. Final time today we will alternate through all the cameras. Just as we're hitting lap traffic now once again. Cody Webb surprisingly still on the racetrack, so he must have blown a tire and couldn't get to pit road in time. I thought it might have been an engine failure that brought out the last caution, but that was not the case. Him still being on the track and currently in the 32nd position. We try to keep our streak going here on NASCAR Heat 4 on the channel. Not entirely sure what the number is, but I know we've got kind of a long streak going. I think it's been a little over a week since we've lost. Granted, this is only the 2nd Cup race we have had on the season, but we're doing a good job so far. As if we don't win this race, we are at least still locked into the playoffs to win in the Daytona 500. Plus, somebody else is going to lock themselves into the postseason as well here as we close right to the back bumper of Ryan Preece in the 47. 3 wide now down the back straightaway. We clear him easily before we get into turn 3. Wow, that was a big hop going into turn 1 that time. And it took a little bit going through the corner before we finally washed up the track. But wow, Benedetto almost came down right in front of us, but we weren't afraid to stay in the throttle. Very close to the wall and the outside of BJ McLeod's car that time, but we're still running and ticking away fast laps now as we ride along on the hood cam. Just slightly slapped the wall there. It's didn't cost us some time. It is good. didn't give us much of any room at all to go to the outside of him. Wasn't feeling brave that time. Feeling brave quite a bit in this race, but not that corner. We're sneaking to the inside of Austin Dillon now. 80 laps to go here at Atlanta. Definitely been using this steering wheel quite a bit here over the course of this season, or over the course of the week, rather. Only the second race of the year, but the first time with the Cup cars on this season we've used the steering wheel because we used the controller in the Daytona 500.
Got the car high now. All right, clear outside.
About a half-track lead on Kevin Harvick, who was in second, Logano in third. For push fourth, and Brad Keselowski, the first driver, one lap down in fifth. Keselowski, of course, hoping for a caution before he gets put another lap down, so he can restart on the lead lap if we do so get another restart in this race. Definitely way under an hour away from the finish. And we are just less than an hour away from the start of the Las Vegas Cup race. As well here. Almost a perfect time to start this one. We have 75 laps to go. We'll try to take you to the start of the actual Cup race today at Las Vegas. Going to try to run these tires as long as I possibly can here. Not going to shortcut this time, but
you got room. You're clear. All right, you're clear.
Kurt Busch is about to go a lap down. That'll keep Keselowski from being the first driver one lap down on the racetrack right now. And in fact, Bad Brad is about to go 2 laps down here as we just squeezed to the inside of him, making it 3 wide there. Keselowski is still in 5th, but he is now 2 laps down. Kurt Busch is the first driver 1 lap down. We're still about another 7-8 seconds away from Logano yet. And Kevin Harvick. It'd be nice if we can get him a lap down here, either A, before we come down for green flag stops, or under caution, whatever happens next.
All right, you're clear there.
We're just definitely trying to lead as many laps as possible here.
Still there. You got room. You're clear there. Hold your line. Got one inside. Careful. Still there. All right, you're clear there. Careful. Still there.
and pretty much it's a little on the loosey side, but this car has been pretty great handling throughout the course of this event. 70 laps to go. Oh, slightly into the wall up at turn 2 there, and got really loose afterwards, but able to keep control. We're over 250 laps into the race. In a 500-mile event, if this is a 400-mile race, we would be very, very close to the end. In fact, we would only be 11 laps away from the finish. Which would be the course of the length of the next race at Vegas here. When we race there next week, or even the race later today. Contact with Ty Dillon there. Definitely cutting him off. Trying to get back in the rhythm of things here. Very, very close here. 3 wide off of turn 4. Back to the line, 68 laps to go. We have put a lap on the entire field twice in this race, but we have allowed cars to get back on the lead lap with both quick cautions. Cautions coming out under pit stops here. They're pretty good for the first 10-15 laps of a run, before I can take the lead right back away from them as well. So that all plays into a factor of how this race has run so far. 67 laps to go here. Logano will go a lap down now, and we are very, very close to putting Kevin Harvick a lap down.
Careful, still there. Inside, clear low.
Harvick goes to the bottom, and around the top side we go. So Harvick will fall a lap down. He is in the free pass spot, but not by a lot, maybe a second to a second and a half over Joey Logano. So we'll try to stay in that position here, as we don't have too much longer before we have green flag stops. We have been through green flag pit stops once in this race, and the first time we were through the stops, caution came out in the middle of them, back in stage 1. Right front tire at that point right now where it is getting very worn out. 19% tire wear left on it. Try to keep a close eye on the right side tires. And try to run them down as close as we can to before they blow. It can be risky, but with 64 to go, we're trying to stretch the length of this out as long as possible. We can run 54 laps on a full tank of fuel in the Cup Series here at Atlanta, so they're going to be right on the edge of the pit window. It is likely going to be a 2-stop race to the finish yet. And that includes one of the stops coming up very soon here. Don't think we could run 10+ laps. At least not yet. Fastest lap of the race is a 29.308. That is my fastest lap ever here at Atlanta. So pretty amazing how, even with this 2019 rules package, we have been able to run almost consistently 29-second lap times over the course of a longer green flag run. Just going to squeeze in between Suarez and Kligerman there. That got really tight. Now quickly to the inside of Ryan Truex. He gets loose. He's able to keep control as we. A little more damage that we're going to have to repair now when we come onto pit road. Kevin Harvick is on pit road already. That's why he has shown 2 laps down and will likely be 3 laps down. The next couple laps. Seems like us and Logano are the 2 drivers in the field that have been able to conserve our tires the most throughout the course of this race. So Harvick still 2 laps down on the track. He was back on the track after the pit stops as well here. Trent Busch is also pit. Joey Logano staying out. What about these Penske Fords here? Doing a great job conserving our tires. could still run quite a few laps yet as well. Gonna have a slight advantage on 4 fresh tires pitting earlier than we are. That might be another factor into why they're pitting. You can run longer here between me and Logano. That's an interesting question. We do have a lap on him though, so it technically means we have an extra lap on our tires compared to what he has, despite we pitted on the same lap. Definitely staying out this time. We'll probably stay out next lap as well. A lot of guys came onto pit road that last time. Again, 54 laps. We can run on a full tank of fuel here. We're going to be... Everybody pitting now is definitely outside that window. Slightly into the wall again there to turns 3 and 4. Gotta be careful. It's gonna wear out that right front tire even more as well. Joey Logano now on pit road, so we're gonna last a couple laps at least longer than what he did before we have to pit. We now have 2 laps on the field. Oh man, slightly into the wall again off the turn 2. Not getting out of the gas when I probably should as well. We're going to stay out one more lap here. And we will pit next time by. Very worn out right front tire and right rear for that matter. We are going to pit this time. The outside of Michael McDowell there in the 34. There's Joey Logano in 3rd. He will fall 3 laps down now as he just comes off pit road, and short pitting there for Kevin Harvick really helped him out. So we're going to hurry up. We're going to come onto pit road here. We get very loose, trying to lock the tires down. Slight contact now with Clint Boyer as well. Man, oh man. A lot of... Very, very hectic situation that time, trying to get onto pit road. We did get down, and I don't think we were speeding. We were close to doing that, especially after the contact with Boyer and locking the tires up. But that was definitely our worst attempt coming onto pit road, whether it was in this race or in practice. This is our 3rd green flag stop of the race. We did take one in practice as well, never sped any of the times. 17.6 was the stop right there. Are we still going to be a lap ahead of everyone? As of right now we are, but here comes Kevin Harvick. Still in 3rd gear here on the apron of the racetrack. Kevin Harvick is coming as we are just now down the back straightaway. Harvick off of turn 4, not going to catch us yet, so even when we get back up to speed here, I think we're going to be fine. Lap cars in between us currently. Somebody blows up now and is going to be able to make it onto pit road unscathed as we stay green. 55 laps left just outside the pit window. We're about a lap short on fuel yet, so everybody will have to make one more stop in this race, whether it would be under green or under yellow, whenever that may be. Again, we've only had 5 cautions. We went green with 104 laps to go in this race. That was the last caution we had, and it was exactly 50 laps ago. Back marker car still might have to hit pit road, not entirely sure yet, but somebody's just getting back up onto the racetrack right now. But we seemingly have cycled all the way through the pit stops, at least this time through. And how long do we go now before we maybe even try to short pit to the end of this race? Once again, as that is a good possibility as Mark Truex Jr. comes back up onto the racetrack. Right in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as we try to get to the outside of Stenhouse. And clearing down the front stretch. assume 42 to 43 laps roughly is what we could run longest. Plus green flag laps are considered to the end of the stage.
You're all clear on top there. Careful, still there. You got it, Ruth. You're clear.
Kurt Busch about to go 2 laps down on the track right now.
Still there. You got it, Ruth. You're clear there.
Coming in really deep into 3 and 4. We're going to clear Kurt Busch off of turn 4, so the 2 drivers are 1 lap down on the racetrack, and that is the 2nd and 3rd place drivers of Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and Harvick quite a bit ahead of Logano as well.
You got it, Ruth. You're clear there.
And a little under a quarter track, lap and a quarter track lead on Kevin Harvick.
You're all clear on top there.
And all the way to the end here. It'll definitely be a very rewarding race at that. Just to the outside and slightly into the wall there for 3 and 4. I knew we were close to a wall. That was going to be close. Fortunately, we didn't hit it, killing our time a little bit now. 48 to go at the line. And we'll put Austin Dillon another lap down. So we are going to try to short pit here eventually, and I'm going to put us right on the window of if our tires can make it to the end or not as well. If we stay green for the final 104 laps of this race, which would be insane. Especially with the amount of tire wear that you put on these guys and on these tires.
Careful, still there. All clear.
3 wide just in front of us there with the lap traffic as we quickly duck
Got one up top.
down to the inside to get around a couple of them.
You got room. You're clear. You got room. You're clear there.
Slight contact with Martin Truex Jr. again there. Gotta be careful of it. We're gonna take our 4th green flag pit stop of the race. We'll pit from the lead. We'll likely keep the lead when we come off of pit road, but we will definitely not be a lap ahead of the entire field. Currently have the freshest tires on the track, but we'll have even more fresh tires compared to everybody else on the track after we pit, if we stay green to that point. Of course, we have 45 laps to go right now. We'll run a few more laps here. Pretty much all but guarantee that last tire run, we are definitely going to run right up against the wall as much as possible. Ran the inside a little more in this race than what I originally expected we were going to do, but I think it'll be the time to definitely move to the top. Keselowski just in front of us right now. And the 2 car about to go 3 laps down. We have 43 laps to go. He is in the pit spot. Go to the outside here in turns 1 and 2 now. We're going to clear him, but he's going to get easily one of his laps back, probably 2 of them back. Quickly move down to the inside, taking a 3 wide into turn 3 now as we're right behind David Reagan. Had to hit the brakes. So we're slowing up a little more than what we wanted to, but we're going to get down onto pit road now. Just like that, onto pit road, trying to short pit to the end of the race. We should be able to make it. We'll have 42 laps to go when we come out of the pits here this time. Creating a little bit of strategy. Just work if we stay green to the end, but I'm sure we could still stay on the lead lap as well. .9 second stop, probably the slowest green flag stop we've had in this race so far today. Kevin Harvick is getting closer to us right now. Can he beat us? Through turns 3 and 4, here's the race for the lead. Harvick going to clear us off of turn 2. And we're just trying to get back up to speed now, and we have fresher tires on him here with the short pit. Now can we get right back around him? Obviously beat us back to the line, but here we go. 41 laps left. We're back up to speed to the inside of Harvick for the race lead. A lot of lap traffic just in front of us now. Blaney going to clear him in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and just like that, Ryan Blaney back out in front now once again here at Atlanta for the 6th time today. We have led laps in this race. A little loose through 3 and 4 there. Again though, we're going to likely be we're going to try to get around the lap traffic, but we're going to run the top side as much as possible from now to the finish. As Kurt Busch will go a lap down. First driver 1 lap down in the 4th spot. Joey Logano 7 seconds off the lead. He is in 3rd. So Harvick just led that 1 lap then when he took the lead before we got him right back. We now continue to pull away. Oh, slight contact there with the 6 of Ryan Newman. Getting held up. But it closes the gap there once again. One of the longest green flag runs of the race. We are getting close to the longest green flag run of the race as we have 38 laps to go right now. Our last caution came out with 108 laps left. We went green with 104 to go in the race. That's where we're at right now. Slight contact with David Reagan now entering turn 3. A little risky there, but it's a dangerous spot here off of turn 4. We're still stuck behind everybody, trying to keep control of the car. Man, we were really just trying to catch it without over steering it there, and another dicey moment. We never run easy laps around the racetrack, I swear. Trying to start this Cup Series season here 2-0. I don't know. This is this NASCAR Heat 4 prediction. Us winning that Daytona predicted Ryan Blaney to win the Daytona 500 last week. Now I don't know if we can consider this predicting the winner of today's race or predicting the winner of the Atlanta race in a couple weeks. I don't know how we're going to do this with the different schedule matchups. There's of course still 36 races on the season as there was last year. It's just, and all the same tracks too. It's just all scrambled around as far as which tracks run where. Again, 4 drivers of DNF, so still 36 drivers on the racetrack right now. Remember how many didn't finish the Daytona 500. I think it was probably somewhere around the same amount as what we have here. Closing in on the top of the hour here, 3 o'clock, and this is going to be a longer race than the Daytona 500. I kind of expected it to be, even though we've only had 5 cautions in this race versus the 10 in the 500 in the last race we ran. We're closing in on lap 300 here. Cup race is about a half hour away. We're roughly 15 minutes away from the finish of this one. We got a 10.5 second lead on Kevin Harvick.
All right, you're clear. All right, you're
So we will likely not have to pit to the end of this race. The rest of the leaders rather, will still have to pit. 3 wide to the top side of the track through 3 and 4 there. That was dicey.
inside. All right, you're clear. You got room, you're clear. Careful, still there. Clear hole. Careful, still there. All right, clear road. All right, you're clear then.
30 laps to go now here at Atlanta. Lap 296 out of 325 in this race. Well over 400 miles in. About 450 miles into this race here. Out of 500. Let's continue to tick away. Again, we don't know. There could be another caution to bunch everything back up once again here. We can have ourselves a good finish of the race. Because again, if we get a caution in the last 10 to 15 laps of this race, it's going to set up for a very, very good finish.
All right, you're clear. Still there. You got room, you're clear there. You got room, you're clear.
Not running to the top as much as I said I was going to here, because I do think that we're going to get a yellow. I don't think we're going to run. Oh, slight contact with the back bumper of the 62 in the 31st place car there, Brendan Gaughan. Hopefully that'll bring out the yellow, because then I'm going to lose the lead and have to pit again. I mean, if the caution comes out anyway, I'll definitely pit again, because everybody else will have fresher tires than I will, so don't want to give them that advantage to the end of the race. That is for sure. How about Ryan Blaney? What a race we are having with the Gel team here. Just trying to get to the end. It's 21.5 second lead. Now 22 second lead on Kevin Harvick.
Clear high, bud. Road clear. All right, you're clear.
About to put Joey Logano 1 lap down. Just in front of us, and indeed he will. And now Kurt Busch is going to go 2 laps down as well in the 4th spot. So Kevin Harvick, the only other driver on the lead lap. Logano, first and only driver 1 lap down, so he'll get the free pass if the caution comes out here soon before they have to pit again. 23 to go in the race. It's looking good for my sake here. Caution. And now it's not. 23 laps to go, our 6th caution of the race as we ran 81 laps under green here. That is the longest green flag run, beating a 78 lap stretch earlier in the race. So here we go. We're gonna have to pit again. We'll see who's gonna win this race off of pit road as well. Not gonna take any fuel, we don't need fuel. 4 fresh tires will pit for the damage as well here, and we'll just see how many laps are left here at the end of this race. This could get very, very racy. Kevin Harvick wins the race off pit road. Logano gets the free pass after the caution. So here we go. Here at Atlanta, Kevin Harvick leads us back to the green flag. As here we go at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Blaney trying to get a great jump on the restart. 20 laps to go to decide the winner here in the Quick Trip, or sorry, Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Blaney getting a huge edge on the top side of the racetrack. Look at Kurt Busch again to the bottom. Didn't even expect him to make the move again, despite the fact he's done it a few times. We're still side by side down the back straightaway, and now into turns 3 and 4. We got a push from behind from Alex Bowman. Contact now with the 4 of Harvick. We launch up the racetrack again. And a costly situation with 19 laps to go. Kevin Harvick will remain out in front for now here at Atlanta. Loose moment there. We tried to take it 3 wide for the lead on the bottom in turns 3 and 4. It did not work. Keselowski to the outside of us now with 18 to go. Harvick still caught in traffic as well. And Keselowski, our teammate, going to block us down to the bottom of the track. We wash up to the top 3 wide now just in front of us with the leader, Harvick. We're all still caught in lap traffic as we close up to his back bumper now. Looking for the lead on the outside. Here comes Blaney. Push from behind from Bowman. So with the bump trap, oh man, we get loose. He almost turned us with how much he was pushing us. 17 to go. 3 wide for the lead into turn 1. Harvick on the top, Blaney on the bottom. Contact now, 4 wide. Bowman on the top side. Harvick holds on to the lead. Alvarola fades back. Bowman's still there. So we go to the bottom once again here to quickly get around Alex Bowman again. Kurt Busch just in front of us. And Harvick tries to drive away with 16 to go.
Careful there. Careful there.
Pretty tight again there through turns 1 and 2. Bowman might come to give us another shot. Nope, can't quite get to our back bumper again there. We're going to have to run the top side of the track now. I mean, it's really the only way that I think we're going to have a good shot to win this race. 15 laps to go for Harvick. We will become the fastest driver on the track here within another 5 to 10 laps, but hopefully Harvick doesn't pull too far away from us. As of right now, he's still in the dirty air, so that's not going to help us at all. Harvick caught right behind Hamlin and Keselowski. A little loose there again through 3 and 4. A little bit of damage we created since the restart. Slightly into the wall off of 4. We are just over a second behind now. Bowman to the outside of us. We couldn't run the top that time through. We had to move down to the bottom through turns 1 and 2. Look at Kevin Harvick. It looked like he was going to try to go right up the middle that time, but the lane closed off before he could do it. Harvick still getting held up by the lap traffic, and here comes Ryan Blaney in the 12. 13 laps to go. Harvick moves to the top side of the track as well. Wall, of course. Still a little over 10 to go, though. Heck, will we get another caution before the end of the race as well? That's not impossible. Might set up for more pit stops. Harvick down to the bottom now, side by side with Keselowski, and I'm hoping Brad can really side draft off of him quite a bit here. That could help us out. Harvick is going to clear Keselowski off of turn 2, but we are coming now about 4 car lengths back to the inside of the 2, though, of Keselowski. And now quickly to the outside, coming off of turn 4. Harvick going to lead it at the line, but here comes Blaney now, looking to the outside. He doesn't give us a lot of room, but there still is room side by side into turn 1 for the lead. Harvick on the bottom, Blaney on the top. We're going to have the straightaway speed down the back here as we're going to clear him off of turn 2. Ryan Blaney out in front again here at Atlanta. Oh, another mistake in the wall through turns 3 and 4. Harvick fighting right back at the line. Oh no, in the wall harder now. 10 to go. Second back of the lead now, Kevin Harvick once again. We have the fastest car on the track, but man, that cost us a ton of time. A little bit of damage on the right side of the car too. Again, we're just trying to run right up against that wall. And our car is bad loose right now. We're just trying to fight it as hard as we can. 9 laps left. And the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Harvick goes to the bottom. That leaves the top open here for Blaney. We're going to have a ton of straightaway speed now coming back down the backstretch once again. Harvick again to the bottom. Blaney on the top. He might have to pull in front of us here and try to block us off of turn 4 if he's going to want to stop us down the front straightaway. Here he comes. We're going to try to stay to the outside of him. He kind of pinches us off. Side by side again into turn 1 for the race lead. Blaney staying in the gas. Pedals it now. So we try to stay off the wall. And again, we're going to clear Harvick off of turn 2 for the lead. Another little tough moment there to 3 and 4, but Blaney still holding on. Harvick now moves his line back to the top of the track, trying to draft off of us. Blaney leads at the line, a lead change, 7 laps to go here at Atlanta. For the 7th time, Blaney is out in front. And we'll likely catch lap traffic before the end of this as well. Harvick about a second back in the lead. Even Joey Logano 8.5 seconds back. 6 laps to go. Will we stay green to the finish? And finish off of only 6 cautions the entire race. We get a caution though. I'd assume everybody's going to pit for fresher tires again. That might shake things up one more time. 5 laps left at the line now. 2.5 lead on Harvick as Blaney continues to pull away here in the late going. Now we're getting in a nice rhythm here running the top side of the track. We get a restart in overtime, although I would love to run the top side because it's the fastest way around. If we restart in the lead, we're going to have to run the bottom.
You got room, you're clear.
4 to go. Unless we stay out of the pit somehow and keep the track position, because we have not been good for the majority of this race, pitting under yellow. Oh, contact now with the 52 of Cody Ware. He's able to hold on to it. Oh my goodness. Hey, my heart skipped a beat. Oh man. I thought we were going to get turned there. Got a little loose off of turn 2, and now we have 3 laps left here at Atlanta. Can we at least get back to the white flag to signify that the next flag is going to end the race? That's all we want. We have a 3-second lead on Kevin Harvick. 2 to go. Trying to stay out of overtime at least. We do get a caution and go to overtime here. It'll be a 3-car battle for the win. Half a lap away from finding out. We are so close. Trying to get to the white flag off of turn 4 now. Blaney at the line. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go at Atlanta.
White flag.
Ryan Blaney. And only the 2nd race of the season. We'll start the year undefeated 2-0. Winning the Daytona 500 and the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. 2 500-mile races. Great start to the year, winning both stages and the race in this one. And the checker flag is in the air. Win number 2 on the season for Ryan Blaney. And we're going to get it done here today, folks. It was a little closer than what I wanted. Getting that late race restart with 20 laps to go, but nevertheless, what a finish. That's a burnout right there. What a win here, and what a race. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button down below. Give me your thoughts, your comments on this race, the commentary, the video in general. Hit the subscribe button for daily NASCAR content, such as great NASCAR Heat 4 racing as you are seeing today, as well as pre-race and post-race analysis videos for the Cup race each and every weekend. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. So long.